Something creepy is crawling out of the shadows. These aren't creatures from a nightmare, they're real. Get ready, because these 15 bizarre creatures will seriously give you goosebumps. Budget's frog. This odd-looking creature is no ordinary frog. The Budget's frog looks like it's been flattened by a truck, with a wide body and a head so big it takes up almost 1/3 of its size. People love keeping them as pets because they look so funny and different. But don't let their silly faces fool you. These frogs are aggressive. They puff up, scream loudly when threatened, and if that doesn't scare you away, they'll bite. At night, they turn into silent hunters, hiding in shallow water with only their nostrils showing, waiting for insects, snails, or even other frogs to come too close. What's even crazier is how they reproduce. Instead of laying eggs in ponds full of predators, they drop them in small puddles. Smart move, right? But there's a twist. The puddle can dry up fast, leaving the baby frogs with no food. Luckily, they hatch with adult mouths and grow super quickly. To survive, the bigger ones eat their smaller siblings until they're strong enough to reach a pond. It's a brutal race for survival, and only the toughest Budget's frogs make it to adulthood.
Madagascar leaf-nosed snake. Now this one's straight out of a jungle mystery. The Madagascar leaf-nosed snake is a shy but fascinating creature that only lives on the island of Madagascar. You'll usually find it resting quietly among the trees about 5 to 6 feet above the ground. These snakes grow up to 3 feet long, and males and females look very different. Males have brown and yellow colors with narrow faces, while females are gray with a flat leaf-shaped snout that helps them blend in with the branches perfectly. Their hunting style is pure genius. The snake hangs from a branch, pretending to be just another vine swaying in the wind. When an unlucky lizard walks by, that leaf suddenly strikes and turns into a deadly hunter. Although their venom isn't deadly to humans, their bite can cause serious pain. So if you ever see a leaf hissing at you in Madagascar's forests, you might want to take a few steps back. Stargazer fish. This creepy-looking fish is one of the ocean's most dangerous tricksters. The stargazer fish hides under the sand with only its eyes showing, waiting for its next victim. It's not just weird-looking, it's deadly. The weight-margin stargazer can deliver electric shocks up to 50 volts and has venomous spines all over its back. So it doesn't just bite, it zaps and stabs. Perfectly colored like sand, it blends into the seabed so well that most fish never see it coming until it's too late. But what makes it even creepier is its hunting trick. The stargazer has a fake tongue that looks just like a wiggling berm. When a smaller fish swims close, thinking it's found dinner, the stargazer suddenly strikes and swallows it whole. Between the electric shocks, venomous spines, and sneaky traps, this fish easily earns its title as one of the ocean's meanest predators.
Great Patoo. Meet one of nature's best illusionists, the Great Patoo. This strange-looking bird can turn itself into a tree branch so perfectly that even expert bird watchers miss it. With its big, floppy head, wide beak, and bulging eyes, it's often called the Muppet bird because it looks more like a puppet than a real creature. Found in the forests of South and Central America, the Great Patoo spends its days motionless, blending into tree trunks with its gray and brown feathers that look exactly like bark. Its disguise is so good that when danger comes close, it doesn't fly away, it just freezes. By squinting its eyes and fluffing its feathers to look like broken twigs, it becomes nearly invisible. But when night falls, this calm bird turns into a hunter, snapping up insects in mid-air with its huge mouth. The great patoo might look funny, but it's one of the forest's smartest and stealthiest survivors. Hairy frogfish. Now this one's a real ocean oddball. The hairy frogfish looks like a mix between a fish and a fuzzy blob, covered in strange hair-like spines. It lives among coral in warm seas and can even change its color to match the surroundings, just like a chameleon. Those hairs aren't just for show. They help it blend perfectly with rocks and sponges so no one notices it. And here's the funny part. This fish can't actually swim very well. But don't underestimate it just yet. Instead of chasing prey, the hairy frogfish uses a clever trick. It has one long spine above its mouth that wiggles like a worm to attract other fish. When something curious gets close enough, it strikes in the blink of an eye, literally faster than most cameras can capture, in just 1/6000th of a second. This weird-looking creature might move slowly, but when it's time to eat, it's one of the fastest hunters in the entire ocean.
Lyrebird. This bird doesn't just sing, it performs. The superb lyrebird from Australia is one of the world's most talented songbirds, famous for copying almost any sound it hears. About the size of a pheasant, the male lyrebird stands out with its huge, elegant tail feathers that can grow up to 28 inches long. During mating season, he spreads those feathers like a fan and dances to impress the females because, let's be honest, his social skills aren't exactly charming. But what really makes this bird special is its voice. The lyrebird can mimic up to 20 different bird calls perfectly, and it doesn't stop there. It can also copy human-made noises like camera shutters, chainsaws, and even car alarms. It's like having a natural sound machine in the forest. Australians love this feathered performer, except of course when it decides to practice its car alarm routine at 4 a.m. Pig-nosed turtle. Here's one animal that looks like it came straight out of a cartoon, the pig-nosed turtle. Found in the rivers of New Guinea and northern Australia, this turtle is truly one of a kind. Unlike most river turtles, it has flippers like a sea turtle, helping it move smoothly through the water. And of course, its most unique feature is that funny snout, soft, fleshy, and shaped exactly like a pig's nose. Its skin has a leathery texture with shades of gray and olive, giving it a prehistoric look. But don't be fooled by that cute face. These turtles are known to be quite aggressive, especially in captivity, which might explain why scientists haven't studied them much. Sadly, their unusual looks have made them a target for the illegal pet trade, and their numbers have dropped so much that they're now endangered. These pig-nosed wonders deserve to be left in peace, swimming freely in their muddy rivers, not stuck in tanks or traded for money.
Oranda goldfish. This fish looks like it came straight out of a fantasy movie. The Oranda goldfish, first bred in China over 1,000 years ago, is one of the strangest and most beautiful goldfish ever created. Unlike the slim goldfish most people know, the Oranda has a round, egg-shaped body with shiny scales that shimmer in shades of red, white, black, and even chocolate. But the real showstopper is the huge brain-like growth on its head, a soft lump called a wen that sometimes covers the whole face. In China, people call it the tiger head goldfish, and it's considered a symbol of luck and beauty. These fish can grow surprisingly large too. The biggest one ever recorded was a 15-inch giant from Hong Kong named Bruce. Despite their odd appearance, Oranda goldfish are adored around the world for their elegance and charm. They may look a little weird, but in the world of aquariums, that weirdness makes them stars. Ia. Now here's a creature that looks like it was built from spare parts. The Ia, found only in Madagascar, is the world's largest nocturnal primate and definitely one of the strangest. With its glowing orange eyes, cat-like face, and ever-growing teeth like a rat's, it's easy to see why people once thought it was some kind of rodent. But no, it's actually related to us, a true primate. Its wild look doesn't stop there. It also has long, bony fingers with sharp claws, giving it the nickname, the creepy hand of the forest. At night, the IAIA taps on tree bark with its extra-long middle finger, listening carefully for bugs hiding inside. When it hears movement, it chews a hole in the wood and uses that same finger to fish the insects out, a hunting method almost no other animal uses. In Madagascar, locals call it the IAIA, meaning no-no, because many believe it brings bad luck. But creepy or not, this weird little primate is one of nature's most fascinating and misunderstood creatures.
Long-wattled umbrella bird. Deep in the rainforests of Central and South America lives one of the strangest birds you'll ever hear about, the long-wattled umbrella bird. Its name might sound funny, but it fits perfectly. This large black bird has a wild-looking crest on its head that sticks out like an umbrella, and a long feather-covered wattle hanging from its throat, kind of like a turkey's, but way cooler. When the bird wants to impress, it puffs up that wattle and shows off its dramatic look from high in the treetops. These birds are shy and mostly live alone, only showing off their fancy feathers when it's time to attract a mate. During courtship, the males inflate their wattles and make deep booming calls that echo through the forest, like nature's version of speed dating. They aren't great flyers, which makes them easy targets for predators like monkeys and eagles. But with that umbrella-style crest and showy throat, the long-wattled umbrella bird is truly one of the rainforest's most bizarre and unforgettable creatures. Pinocchio lizard. Meet the Pinocchio lizard, a tiny creature with a not-so-tiny nose. Officially called Anolis proboscis, this strange lizard from Ecuador looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale. It was first discovered in 1953, then completely disappeared for over 50 years before being spotted again in 2004. Scientists thought it had gone extinct, but it turns out it was just hiding deep in the mountain forests, living quietly out of sight. The males have a long, flexible nose that sticks out like a small sword, while females don't have one at all. No one's sure what the nose is really for, but it's believed to help attract mates, a kind of built-in showpiece for impressing the ladies. These lizards are rare and endangered, and because they live high in the Andes, spotting one is a real treat. With its comically long nose and secretive life, the Pinocchio lizard might just be one of the most mysterious reptiles on Earth.
Rhinoceros hornbill. This bird looks like it flew straight out of a legend. The rhinoceros hornbill, found across Borneo, Sumatra, Java, and Malaysia, is one of the most striking birds in the world. It's covered in shiny black feathers with a white tail and legs. But the real showstopper is its huge orange and yellow bill with a horn-like casque on top, giving it a look that's hard to forget. In Malaysia, it's so special that it's considered the national bird, and many local tribes believe it has deep spiritual meaning, often celebrating it with carvings, statues, and rituals. These birds are not just beautiful, they're clever parents too. When it's nesting time, the female stays inside a hollow tree trunk, while the male seals the entrance with mud, leaving only a tiny hole. Through that small opening, he passes food like fruits, insects, and even small reptiles. The female stays safely inside until the chicks are grown and strong enough to break out. Once they do, they step into the jungle world, ready to show off those incredible beaks just like their parents. Madagascar blind snake. Deep beneath the soil of Madagascar lives one of the strangest creatures on Earth, the Madagascar blind snake. This tiny worm-like snake has spent so many millions of years underground that it completely lost its eyes. Instead, it uses its hard, bulldozer-shaped head to dig through dirt with ease. Scientists say it's the only species in its entire family, having split from other snakes around 65 million years ago, right when the dinosaurs disappeared. It may look harmless, but this pink shiny snake is a skilled hunter, feeding on ants and termites hidden below the surface. For over a century, no one had seen one. Then in 2007, researchers finally rediscovered it after 102 years. An incredible comeback for such a secretive animal. Even without eyes, it hasn't lost its sense of direction. The Madagascar blind snake uses a special organ in its mouth to detect movement and shadows, helping it see in total darkness. It's a living fossil, a reminder of how life can adapt in the most unexpected ways.
Star-nosed mole. This little creature looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. The star-nosed mole is famous for its bizarre face, a strange star-shaped nose covered in tiny pink tentacles. But that weird nose isn't just for show. It's the most sensitive organ of any mammal on Earth, packed with over 10,000 nerve fibers. Living underground in total darkness, this mole doesn't need eyes. Instead, it uses its star nose to see the world through touch, moving so fast that it can detect and eat an insect in just 8 milliseconds. Scientists say it's officially the fastest eating animal in the world. Its lightning-fast reactions come from an incredibly quick nervous system, almost at the limit of what neurons can do. Every second, its nose scans the environment like a living radar, helping it find prey even underground. It may look strange, but the star-nosed mole is a master of speed, sensitivity, and survival in a world without light. Naked mole rat. This odd-looking creature might not win any beauty contests, but the naked mole rat is one of nature's most fascinating animals. Found in the underground tunnels of East Africa, these nearly hairless rodents look wrinkly and strange, but their lifestyle is even stranger. They can move their front teeth separately, like a pair of chopsticks, which helps them dig through soil and chew plant roots, their main food source. Even cooler, they get all their water from those roots, so they never need to drink. What really makes them unique is how they live. Naked mole rats have colonies just like ants or bees, with one queen who's the only female allowed to have babies. The rest of the rats have specific roles. Workers dig and gather food, while soldier rats defend the tunnels from predators, especially snakes. They're almost blind, but have amazing senses of smell and use a variety of squeaks to communicate complex messages through their tunnels. They even build special rooms underground for sleeping, eating, and yes, their bathroom. Weird, tough, and highly organized, the naked mole rat is one of the strangest mammals on Earth. If these creatures gave you chills, wait till you see what's coming next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more creepy discoveries.